Okay, brother. Well, I don't think Lumen would refer to his friend as his brother. Or, I mean, his brother as his friend. Yeah, maybe. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with Season 2 of Link Click. Before we get into that, though, we still have stuff to go over from Season 1, Episode 11. We have board. We have notes. So let's go ahead and start with the board. And of course, with the board comes the board changelog, where I have connected Mr. Zhao to Lu Min with a green line. I changed the prison outline color to yellow, and I made a new inhabited by red eyes outline that is red. For now, I marked Lu Min as dead. Obviously, it's up to Season 2's opening, or I guess at any point, to let us know if the choke attempt was successful. And I guess it goes without notice that I'm keeping Emma as dead, because I don't know how you save her in that position, especially when you're so opposed to changing anything in the past. Like, argument could be made, Shang could take over a firefighter, right? And then deploy a landing pad underneath the bridge previous in that day. Like, there are things that could be done. Fair Lu's out of the picture. Chang could go rogue on this. I just doubt it's going to happen, right? There are still ways that I could foresee saving Emma. I just don't see it happening. I don't know. That said, though, as I said, I also have notes. So, the start of the episode is already confusing to me for the element of what the rules are. We established that the phone call from last episode was due to Chang changing the timeline already, and that's why Lu is alright with going along with the changing timeline. Except, that's a bootstrap paradox. One more time. The phone call saying that Red Eyes will be there is because Chang already changed the timeline from Shan Shan getting killed. But the only reason Lu allows Chang to do this is because Chang's evidence is that it already happened. So then, how did it happen the first time? For us, viewers of the show, there never was a first time. Lu doesn't have to sign off on this breakage of his established rules, because some original unseen Lu did in a first time that we never saw. I mentioned it in the episode, but I don't think I ever elaborated on it. The element of Chang's leaping through pictures was that they showed that regardless of the body, he was essentially himself and all of his physicality. That's why, when inhabiting a nearsighted person, his vision returned to what it was in his own body. Or, as a child, he could strike someone with all the force he normally has as a young adult. The same appears to be true for Red Eyes, as a person that is paralyzed retains that other person's ability to walk. So assuming that's true, and this isn't part of the note, I'm just putting it out there, that implies that Red Eyes, whoever they are, can walk and see and hear. I'm just saying, we can say what they can and can't do. So if we ever see a person in a wheelchair, we'll be like, that's probably not Red Eyes. Interesting difference in translation. In the Chinese, Red Eyes says, killing. I'd never do something so worthless. In the English, Red Eyes says, innocent. I only harm those who deserve it. Ultimately, not 100% different statements, based on understanding of context, but ultimately completely able to be taken in different ways. The fact that Red Eyes can seemingly go anywhere at the moment without their own rules fully understood by me, again, in the moment, could possibly indicate that they might have something to do with Chang's parents disappearing. There is a time travel element at play after all. At any point in the future, Red Eyes could uncover information about Chang's parents and go back to do to them whatever happened to them in the first place. It seems as though Lu Min doesn't actually know who hired Chang and Lu either. I still suspect that whoever hired them in episode 1 is actually going to be a big player in all of this, but it seems that Lu Min was taking out his aggression on her being Emma, for she seemed to have done as a result to Chang controlling her, and in the present didn't seem to have any idea about any connection to someone else that may have been aiming at the company through Chang and Lu. So, for him, it was always Emma acting on her own. He never puts those pieces together. Ultimately, Lu Min blamed Emma, I guess, for the money that Mr. Zhu used to bribe her with to keep her mouth shut as well, as the only real connection between her and the money could possibly have been. I guess Emma just changed her name at some point, just like Lu Min said, but not for the reasons that he said them. Otherwise, I don't know why Wu Liha became Emma. They were calling her Emma in a party in January 2021, according to one of the flashbacks. In the flashback, her parents were calling her Wu Liha, so the earliest that we know that she was going by that name, again, January 2021. Alright, I've started trying to establish what the Red Eyes rules are, so that we can know how to determine where he may not show up. Something to do with the word friend. It could be that the acknowledgement of accepting the challenge and not calling the cops was seen as an acceptance of the friend statement. And unlike a photo, which is static, Red Eyes can track their friend anywhere. And Emma Jump references concern over posting stuff online. Lu Min was constantly online and even talked about his friend online, though he also referenced how his friend came over and talked about how to kill someone. Could indicate that Lu Min actually knows Red Eyes, in addition to the possession thing being done to him, which would also be a reason that Red Eyes would kill Lu Min to stop that in its tracks. The person being inhabited has to want to kill the person being targeted. That seems to be a part of it, as per the line, "I'm not the one who wanted to kill. I'm just the agent." But then, who did Emma and Zhao want to kill? Maybe it's just a regret or depression? A Madoka Magica, what makes a witch situation? Zhao had her regret with Dodo, and Emma wanted to die right then, and then before Red Eyes took them over, I mean. It's the element of connecting the people that Red Eyes take over. Like I said, in episode 11, when it was happening, as I indicated, tying these people together is the difficulty. What does Zhao, Emma, and Lu Min, what do they all have in common? Because it has to be one specific thing, and I think the show may have told us already, and I'm not, like, putting the pieces together. Friend seems like the thing they're pushing at us the hardest, but unless Zhao shows up later and says, "Oh yeah, I friend requested this guy online," and I'd be like, "Oh, that's two of my things." I have no idea. Reviewing my time notes about Emma's death, something doesn't add up. Even with the whole Red Eyes thing, according to my timeline, Emma's body is found dead in the river on the night of April 16th, as per the news report that Lou listens to on April 17th about her body being found in the river last night. Except that we know Lu Min picked Emma up around 11 p.m. on the 16th. When Lu Min is describing driving her to the hospital and getting into the accident, the sun is clearly rising in the background, making it at least 6 a.m., meaning that her body couldn't have been found on the night of the 16th and would have had to have been found on the morning of the 17th at the earliest. Again, to clarify, I've gone over these event timelines 3 times now, making sure all of the facts were right. So this is something the show is saying has now changed, or the news was incorrect about. And again, if the news is incorrect about something, then that just means that anything I get from the news elements can be wrong, and that's gonna fuck me up all the way. Because, the element that I had this whole confusion about, oh, didn't she just die in April, and then they're saying September for this other person, and the assumption is that the person who died in September is a different person. But again, if the news is wrong, interestingly, Lumen lied about passing out for some reason. Lumen says he passed out after the car crash and doesn't know anything. But when we watch the scene, he's still fully conscious and cursing at Emma. So it's weird that he's lying about that for no reason. But then again, who knows? Lumen's not the best guy anyway. Other than that, only thing left in my notes is this whole timeline thing I've left to remind myself in case it comes up again. Because yes, I am still keeping track of the whole Emma timeline. Even though it seems like I gave up last episode on the whole Emma surviving. And, not for nothing, the beginning of this whole note section, it seems like I gave up on the whole Emma surviving. I'm still keeping track. And they need to, sorry, the word's escaping me. They need to come together on the whole, her body was found on the night of the 16th news report thing, when clearly she could not have been found until the morning of the 17th at the earliest. If that's a timeline change, they need to indicate that somehow. Other than that, that is it from my notes on episode 11. So let's go ahead and hop on in and see what all the rave reports are about the opening of season 2.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
你只有12个小时。第二，要完全听从我的指挥，不能做出任何改变。第三，
无论过去，
不问将来。
这次任务的委托人，希望我们能在趣德游戏后天公布第3季度财报之前。
Yes, but who hired you?
他们的核心财务数据。
昨晚在城江河内发现一具女尸，据警方调查，死者生前在趣德游戏担任财务相关工作。
这群臭虫，我也不会放过你们。
That's a good recap, at the very least.
去死！统统去死！
陈斌，案宗里少了第7名被害者的资料。
当时我吓坏了。
The whole Chen Bin thing is where I lost it completely, because clearly he's not responsible for any of this, unless he's Red Eyes.
刘民并不在场。
昨天凌晨1点半左右，有个戴面具的人闯入徐珊珊家，并且袭击了她。
明天这个时间，凭线索来找我。
提示少许线索，引发他的好奇，将他带入局。我们会再见面的。到时候
I guess it was a long period of time between season 1 and season 2
你说，如果我真做了什
that
么，
they thought they had to refresh us all.
一切都会因此而改变吗？
没想到还会有目击者。
Well, that's a change.
有趣，这个语气，难道说刘民只是傀儡，真凶另有其人？
你是他的朋友吧？
你也是。
Is that how Red Eye sees people, or is that how Lu Min seeing things?
路过，看来一切都在发生改变。秋玲，
Oh, changing timeline?
死亡无法逃避。那现在就面对它，也许才是更好的结局。路过，
Don't quite understand what he's getting at, unless it is time changing. Oh. Something I already hate about the new opening. Might not be what you're expecting. It's that the subtitles are above the screen, so you guys can't see the subtitles. This sounds very familiar. Is this a group that has done music for League of Legends before? I don't know if I can read anything from this opening. So y'all know how I love to read the opening for clues of what's going to happen. Very clearly we're getting a lot of Emma and Zhao. Not nearly as much Lu as before. If they kill Lu, that'd be very unexpected. For me, anyway. Sorry, I also know that since I have to essentially talk over this entire part and mute it on YouTube, it does me no service just to sit here and stare at it, trying to figure it out live. The fuck? Okay, that's just the intro. Got it. If they had changed the entire style of the show, it would have been crazy.
睡一宿没睡，现在开始有点犯困。肖队怎么还没来消息啊？陆国，陆国！
喂，你好像还没搞清楚状况。现在掌握你朋友性命的人，可是我。
Are they just outside? And this is still
原
happening?
来他叫陆光啊。和你搭档把我锁进暗房的就是他吧？
刘明也是被你控制的吧？你到底是谁？想干什么？
故意叫这么大声，是想把外面的警察招
I mean,
来
that'd be a smart move.
但你就不怕这个叫乔林的？
Oh, right, never mind. Didn't think that through either.
备不如玉吗？
等过了6点，再打个电话问问。
0814，收到，请回答。
你看，这不就来了
0814收到。
两款涉案犯罪嫌疑人企图畏罪自杀，现已送医抢救。
Okay.
将案发当事人带回。
I was wrong. Gotta mark him as alive.
现在当务之急，要赶紧抢时间救陆光。必须抓住机会，先把他手上的水果刀夺下来。到底要怎样，你才肯放过他们？
这个态度才对嘛。
Again, the problem is that he doesn't care about his own body. He could stab her.
诚实回答我一个问题，来弥补我对你的信任。
什么问题？
告诉我，你的能力到底是什么？不知从何说起的话，可以先从如何发动能力开始。例如，
I mean, you saw how he activates it. Yeah. You know this information.
一开始我被你耍得团团转，但幸好
I don't think telling
还是被
him
我抓到了你
hurts you any.
动作
He can already match you in time.
那除了拍手以外，你的能力发动还有没有其他条件？比如瞬间移动是否有距离限制？我劝你最好别撒谎。
我的能力是将自己传送到脑海中想去的任何地方，但传送距离跟我的思维聚焦程度有关。
I might argue
需要一
the
个
element that they're implying that you can lie implies that they might not know if you do lie.
看来你对之前作弊的事没有深刻反
Never mind,
省
I guess I was wrong there too.
还要再给你一个惩罚。你骗得了我，但骗不了他。
That's what I'm saying. Just stab herself.
你的能力也和照片有关吧？之前明明可以瞬间移动，但现在只能跑过来。而那个房间和现在最大的区别就是。
Also occurs to me that the power he was describing himself as having is the power of what's his name from Jujutsu Kaisen.
有趣的能力，好想夺过来，亲自体验一下呢。
夺取能力，养精。
Yeah, I guess technically he inhabits Chang's body.
夺刀呢，最重要的是切准人体关节所造成的进攻死角。 比如轻拿手腕，而不是抓手臂，不然还是会给对方留下活动的空间。
Man, we are really getting our money's worth after that bonus episode.
你越是怕，越拉开距离，反而给对方提供了更大的进攻范围。在迫不得已的情况下，唯有迎头而上，才能险中求胜。
I mean, I go so far as to say that wasn't even a bonus episode. If you didn't watch it, you'd be asking yourself, who the fuck is this S2E1 guy?
小先生，陆先生。
Did she lose control of the body there for a second?
下回继续，我的新朋友。
I don't know. Is she gonna think he did it?
怎么了？
乔林，你
Yeah, how the fuck do you explain this to the cops? Lou has to go to the hospital.
程小石，你要去哪儿？
Are you gonna take the fall for it?
有变化，需要你们去警局协助调查。
有人受伤了，
常先生，
快叫救护车！
把刀放下，不许动，双手放在我看得见的地方。
Yeah, I think he's taking the fall.
收到，程小石。
188号车库内发生一起恶意伤人事件，
怎么一回事？
被害人腹部有多处刺伤，失血严重，嫌疑人目前已被控制。
陆光呢？
没事的，乔林，快救他呀！
He said there's no chance in hell Lou's dying, even though the opening very much seemed like he was gonna die. Because the element was in the opening, Lou is just a reflection in a window. He's not present.
血氧饱和度60，动脉压迫止血。
我说的都是事实，我真的没有持刀伤人，是那个自称朋友的人，他能控制别人行凶，刘明也是被他操控的。
Yeah, where's your detective friend? He's the only one who'd really believe you.
你是不是还有同伙没有交代？
陆光是我最好的朋友，我为什么要伤害他？伤者出血严重，加根吸引管，止血钳
有。
我还亲眼看到，他控制了艾玛跳桥。
你为什么会在现场？
Yeah, I mean, legit, the detective. You need to get the fucking detective
你
here.
在这里编故事只会浪费时间。那个房间里就你们仨，凶器在你手上，而且你也说了，那姑娘是无辜的，那还能有谁？你说自称朋友的那个人，根本不存在。
Yeah, I mean, again, without the detective, there's no logical way through this.
能不能帮忙联系到校队？我要跟他解释。
Oh my god, that detective's gonna be dead, isn't he?
那要不你给校队打个电话？
The cops weren't talking about him before not being around. Never mind, he's fine.
而且我们已经第一时间冲进去制止了。
喂，哪位？什么？我们正在急救室门口呢。
就那么几分钟。
So I went to like worst case scenario.
出战役准备。3、2、1，再来一次。
I guess Red Eyes knows the detective because of the Lu Min thing, but doesn't know that the detective knows about Chang's ability. Well then.
怪事怎么一个接一个来啊？哦，对了，陈斌，刘明的亲属通知了没？
通知是通知了，但是
等元宇宙这个概念炒起来，老李，你可得记得我的好，帮我留一份啊！
知道知道，电话来了。
喂，哪位？
Oh, sorry, I was confused. That was Lu Min dying. I thought that was Lu dying.
他只要人没死，就别来烦我了。
哎呦，怎么了？出事了？
刘明那个臭小子又惹事了，我都懒得
I
管。
think.
哎，钱律，刘明好像又惹事进了医院，你赶紧去看看。
我刚健完身。
Is this our guy? This is Red Eyes?
有什么情况你就看着处理，能用钱解决的就干脆一点。
希望如此。
唉，这小子要有他弟弟一半的能力，我就谢天谢地了。
Okay, brother.
差不多该回国了吧？
Well,
哎呀，不聊他
I
们。
don't think Lu Min would refer to his friend as his brother. Or, I mean, his brother as his friend. Yeah, maybe. Yellow eyes. Does that imply Chang is inside of him, or that he just has yellow eyes?
去问一下是哪家，我们现在过去。
好嘞，俺又闻到了钱的味道。
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of shit happening right now.
给你点了外卖。
谢谢。
吃完你就放桌上，我等会儿进来收拾。
Pretty nice for what they consider to be an attempted homicide.
光的情况现在怎么样了？
抢救无效，走了。
Fuck, I had it right the first time. It was him and not, Lu Min. Again, though, time travel. Lu was the only one who was up against, not changing death. Shang could still go rogue.
你面煮的时间太长了，南寝那一碗快煮成南寝那一坨了。你等下吃完，把碗放池子里，晚点我一起醒。哎，你又调皮了是不是？回来，坐好。刚被风吹乱了，还没来得及看。哎，调半天姿势了，到底有完没完？弱智，那里太潮湿了，不能放镜头。昨晚已经洗过一遍，你今天怎么又洗一遍？蠢货，那是乔玲姐的快递。 不要试图改变过去，笨蛋！
回去。
Yeah, all you need is a picture.
一切重新来过。照片。
He's technically you could go into your own picture, right?
我就能救路过。
孙小石，你要找的人来了。
肖队让我来接你。
Half a second, I expected we were going to get a scene where I was right and this guy was evil.
情况他们有跟你同步吗？
I suspect you once, I suspect you for a lifetime.
后面还有很多事要办，你也抓紧时间，先歇歇。哎，陈老师，帮我接一下。
Also, how exactly do you get somebody who's suspected on homicide out that early?
你女儿这几天闹腾的可厉害了。
今天可能回不去了，案子还没办完呢。
钱队在家等你回来呢。
啊？那么突然？那有什么事的话，我待会儿给他打过去。我现在正开车呢，不说了，先挂了啊。
有空了就打个盹儿。
遵命，老婆大人。
This does feel like a very suspicious conversation.
也算是吧。
这张照片是什么时候拍的？
哦，前年我们领证那天拍的。怎么了？
哦，没事。
唉，时间真快啊！
You
也过
jump?
2年了，婚礼也拖到现在还没办。
He is the one taking the picture.
2年前，如果能回到2年前，就有可能让一切改变。
You'd have to talk to yourself about changing everything, though.
弱智，我都说了多少遍了，无论过去，不问将来。
But you can. You totally fucking can. Don't let Ghost Lou save you from saving Lou.
手机还你。
哎，对了，我还给你临时买了件新衣服。你总不能穿成这样去见陆光吧？
谢谢陈警官。
What, can't go see his corpse bearing his blood?
就是这儿了。怎么样？准备好了吗？
He's gonna be alive. He's gonna be fucking alive, so I'll just fake out. You don't put a dead person into a bed. Yeah. What's the point of this?
陆光，你怎么还活着？
弱智，让你失望了。
我不是这个意思啊。
出去，我要休息。
校队，不是说抢救无效吗？
我故意让同事对外散假消息，混淆视听，掩护。
Oh, smart.
其实抢救无效的那个是刘明。
Literally, misinformation is the only benefit you have right now.
身在审讯室里用手铐勒自己脖子，企图自杀。
出战役准备。3、2、1。
So I was right.
再来一次。3、2、1。
I was right before I knew I was right.
从医那么久，从来没见过这种情况。
刘明在短时间内就将自己颈部的环状软骨勒至错位，最后也没能救回来。
但那个警察为什么连我都要隐瞒呢？
上头叫我保守秘密，那我肯定不能跟嫌疑人说漏嘴吧？
哦，
敬业，我在车上还特地问你情况都了解了没？你点
I
点
guess the
头
problem is that you're
我以为
telling all
他
the
们跟你
cops
交
the
代了实
truth.
情啊。
And if anybody in the cops
以后咱聊天能不能打
easy in on this?
这波含蓄话聊，属实悟不到。
程教师，我已经知道了一切，是我亲手捅伤了陆光。
你没来之前，我们已经简单复了下盘。犯人如果是拥有远程操控他人的能力，那不光乔玲捅伤陆光，刘民这离奇的自杀也有可能是他干的。
什么？抢救无效？人死也就算了。
I mean, legitimately, at this point, literally every murder in history could be this guy. It's impossible to put together.
所以他的私人物品都被扣下了。我现在正在想办法，看看
Again, yellow eyes.
不是能不能，而是必须不惜一切代价，把他那台手机给我抢回来。
要锁定操控能力犯，目前只能靠刘民留下的线索了。看看是不是能通过他最近的照片，找到些蛛丝马迹。
Where's forum
你刚手
posts?
术完，别太勉强。
是啊，不要逞能。这不是陈警官的手机吗？
陈斌，糟了！
校队，我跟你一起去。
Was I fucking right the whole goddamn time? Is the timeline changing, or is he just at PTSD? Or is he worried
找到陈警官没有？
that Zhao might turn
不知道
and
去哪儿了。
finish off Liu?
今天接你回来的时候，有什么异常吗？
Okay, so this guy went back to... Okay, I was wrong. Obviously, the thing that's happened here is that money connections, right? The brother of Lu Min threatened his family, and then he ran off because of that. Is what I'm anticipating to be the case in a way. Obviously, I don't think he threw himself off. Well, I said that, and then I realized, wait a second, Emma literally just threw herself off because of Red Eyes. Who the fuck knows who Red Eyes is controlling? Especially if you don't see them with red eyes. I mean, sorry, Rogue is in the chat saying, I suspect you once, I suspect you for a lifetime. What little lifetime Officer Chen had. Might not be dead. I mean, anime characters are oftentimes a lot like movie characters. Movie characters survive getting thrown on top of cars all the time. The Time Machine? That was the Time Machine from like the 60s movie, The Time Machine. Also, I think they use the same version of the Time Machine every time. At the end of the ending, of course, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, have no idea what the fuck I'm referencing. They just went through this whole mystery thing, like activating hidden switches and whatnot, until they opened up a room that had the Time Machine. It's just the element that in Season 1, I thought Officer Chen might have been our guy. Because remember, at the very beginning, in Episode 1, we saw Lu Min before we knew who Lu Min was. And I was like, oh, maybe that's Officer Chen, the moment we met Officer Chen. Well, because also in Episode 1, I literally said, oh, maybe we're dealing with enemy action. Somebody else who can leap through time. Episode 1, I was right about that. But, now, though, obviously the guy leaping through time isn't Officer Chen, and the element that I was thinking when we were on the car ride was the element that maybe all of this was fake. Like, Chen's entire backstory may have been fake. Because it very much read to me the stuff being told to him by his wife on the phone felt like keywords. Like, here's a bunch of clues to something that's up. When in fact, apparently it was all true, and I suspect it was Lu Min's brother went to their apartment, threatened them. Shen runs off to try and save them, and then, you know, whatever happens to get him thrown out of a window. Assuming, again, it's not Red Eyes just throwing another person off of a balcony. That said, though, I don't quite know why Lu Min's picture on his phone... Oh, sorry, no, I'm sorry, I understand why I'm being an idiot. That wasn't Lu Min's phone. That was, Chen's phone. And Chen switched them out from the evidence bags because the other guy was... I'm putting it together now. Sorry, it took me a minute. I'm stupid. Stupid and distracted. But, very clearly, Dad says, give me that phone back at any cost. Lu Min's brother goes to the detective's assistant, family, threatens them. Shen finds out about that. Maybe that was the code words in the car or whatever. Finds out about that. Switches out the evidence, Lu Min's phone, with his own phone. Brings that back to Lu Min's brother. And then I guess Lu Min's brother, to get rid of the trail, throws him out of a window and kills him, assumedly. That's the sequence of events that I believe that we're supposed to interpret from what we saw there. In fact, now I can't think of anything else that could have happened, because that seems like the most logical sequence of events, even though I've already leaned on the whole Red Eyes can inhabit anybody. I think this whole episode, past the Red Eyes segment at the very beginning, was entirely normal. I don't know how you phrase this. It was within the purview of anything normal people could do. This could have been a Mafia episode outside of the Red Eye segment at the very beginning. So, yeah, I think that's everything. I think, essentially, outside of the Red Eye segment at the beginning, and that I haven't learned anything new about Red Eyes, basically, I think I pieced this all together. I think I win. Like, obviously, next episode, turns out it was entirely Red Eyes. Red Eyes inhabited Chen, threw him out a window. I mean, I guess that, too, but that's clearly not where I'm going with this. Either way, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I think I put it all together right there at the very end, and that's what I'm going to be waiting to see next episode. Also, of course, I'm going to be looking at the opening segment, hoping that there's something I can pull from that or the opening lyrics or anything. So, that said, I think that's it for this episode. So, once again, I've been Theta, this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?